If you ever wanted to know what it would look like if Barbie starred in a Frankenstein movie, then you pretty much got your wish with this one. What's up, guys? I'm Sully, and today I'm very excited because we're talking about this year's crazy body horror offering, The Substance. All you need to know about this one is that the story goes like this. A fading celebrity decides to use a black market drug, a cell-replicating substance that temporarily creates a younger, better version of herself. So I'll start this one off by saying that I am definitely one of those sickos that's a big fan of body horror. 1982's The Thing is my favorite scary movie of all time, and luckily for me, there have been a lot of films that have really done that subgenre justice over recent years. I'm talking about movies like Raw, Crimes of the Future, Possessor, Annihilation. Even the biggest self-proclaimed horror veterans might not feel comfortable watching those right after finishing a 4-course meal. Now, everyone has heard the hype for this film, praising it as the most bonkers, wild, and disgusting movie of 2024. And I actually think that this is one of those rare cases where you should probably believe what you've been hearing, because The Substance ends up being a nightmarish Freaky Friday that has a whole lot to say and practical effects that would make even John Carpenter himself get emotional. Now, this is one of those movies where you're gonna know right off the bat if it's your cup of tea or not. The premise is so wacky and on the nose that there's no mistaking what kind of experience you're in for when you sit down to watch this film. As fans of the body horror genre know, you should pretty much expect to be constantly bombarded with disturbing transformations, disgusting open wounds, and quantities of blood that make the elevators from The Shining look like a kiddie ride at Disney World. Which is no different in this movie, but another thing that this genre does so well is it has the ability to explore and dissect problems we have in our society today that people just don't really want to engage with. The Substance sets its sights on beauty standards, self-worth, reinvention, and a whole host of other topics related to how women are seen and judged in today's day and age. And I think using someone like Demi Moore as the lead in this film really drives home how ridiculous beauty standards have gotten throughout Hollywood and the film industry, because let's be honest here for a second. By my standards, Demi Moore is probably the best looking 61-year-old person we have on planet Earth. But if someone that looks like her can get tossed aside at a moment's notice, then all of us basement dwellers wouldn't last a single day in that kind of business. And that's what our director, Coralie does so well with this movie, balancing the scales between gross-out imagery and social commentary, crafting quite possibly the most insane movie-going experience of the entire year. We need to talk about the performances here because they're all very solid, which is a huge relief when it comes to a project like this. Because when you have a movie that's as batshit insane and out there as this one is, you need your entire ensemble of actors to understand the assignment and be fully on board for it to even have a chance at working. Fortunately for us, the entire roster came to play. I seriously never expected to see Demi Moore anywhere near a film this bonkers, but she takes center stage here and absolutely crushes it. She actually showcases a ton of range as we watch her traverse through every single emotion under the sun, whether that manifests more as an over-the-top physical outburst or a more quiet, introspective reflection. Margaret Qualley does a good job playing the younger, updated model of our main character, and watching her gyrate her way to the top of the Hollywood food chain is equal parts entertaining and unsettling. Also, I had no idea I needed to see a performance like this out of Dennis Quaid, but he really surprised me here as the sleazy and ignorant television studio head that puts a lot of what happens throughout the film into motion. Now, I do think that the movie is a little long and maybe overstays its welcome by just a hair, but it's one of those interesting scenarios where I can also acknowledge that I don't really know what I'd want to cut out from the overall journey. All of it seems pretty necessary to tell the full story at hand and also leave an impact, even if it does sometimes veer into style over substance at various points throughout the movie. The sequences or gags that could be seen as excessive and maybe go on for a little bit longer than they should are also what bring the gasps, the winces, and the laughs to the movie in the first place and really make it an experience you're not going to forget anytime soon. If body horror is supposed to make you squirm in your seat, laugh at the absurdity of it all, and think about the issues it's trying to tackle differently, then The Substance is definitely able to achieve its goal. Overall, guys, The Substance is one of the most creative, entertaining, gross, and funny movies that we've gotten so far in 2024. I'm not sure what else you could expect out of a body horror cautionary tale because it is a gore and glitter-filled crazy ride from beginning to end. It might get a little caught up in the spectacle of it all and stretch the story out a bit further than it should, but the performances, the practical effects, and the overall concept will keep you locked in and offer up a bizarre experience that you truly need to see to believe. The Substance gets a Sully score of 4 stars. So that's my review for the latest body horror movie. What do you think is your favorite entry in that subgenre? I'm still gonna have to stick with 1982's The Thing from John Carpenter, but let me know in the comments below what you think. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys at the next one.